Mindfulness Instructions number 3, Working with Persistent Intrusions. Let's begin. Gently close your eyes, allowing your attention to come into this space, letting go for a little while your to-do lists, any expectations, and the need to change or alter what is happening in this moment. Sense the space in this room. Sense the space around you. Now bringing your attention to your body, notice your feet on the floor and feel whatever sensation there is to feel. Solidness, warmth, coolness, the sensation of your shoes. Notice where your hands are, maybe resting on your thighs or folded together on your lap or at your sides. Feel the chair beneath you, sensing how the chair supports you, how the floor supports the chair, and how the earth supports the floor. Feeling supported in the moment. Now allow your attention to find your anchor of awareness. It may be your breath. If so, notice where in the body you feel it. Perhaps the tip of the nose, the nostrils, the back of the throat, the chest, the belly. Just notice that sensation. The sensation of the breath coming into your body, the sensation of momentarily filling your lungs, and then the sensation of the breath as it leaves your body. Just being aware and connecting to the sensation of breath and the spot within your body where you feel it most, using the sensation of your breath as your anchor of awareness. Or perhaps your anchor is the sensation of your hand where it touches your body, where you feel the texture of the fabric under your fingers, or the smoothness of your skin under your hand as it rests on your clothing. Recognizing the sensation of your fingers as they move against your skin or clothing, or the sensation of increasing pressure. Allow the sensations to become the anchor of your attention. Knowing that these sensations are always with you, have always been with you, they can support you as you travel through your days. Knowing that at any time when your mind has wandered into thoughts, feelings, or body sensations, that the breath or the touch of your hand will bring you back into this precious, present moment. If you find that your attention has been hijacked by a thought, a feeling, or a physical sensation, and you have lost the breath or the touch of your hand as the anchor of attention, just notice it and label it as just that, a thought, a feeling, or a physical sensation. Then gently and without judgment, bring your awareness back to your anchor of attention. This becomes your first level of response to the intrusions that can take your attention away from your anchor of awareness. These intrusions will arise. There is nothing unusual about them. It is simply how the mind has developed. Nothing to be concerned about. They are simply intrusions, disrupting your focus of awareness. knowing that you can simply bring your attention back to your anchor of awareness. If you find it difficult to return to your anchor because the thought, feeling, or physical sensation has become too strong or too persistent and has captivated your attention, then we have a second level of response available to work with the persistent intrusion. Since the intrusion is powerful enough to keep hijacking your attention from your anchor of awareness, you can now use the intrusion as your new, albeit temporary, anchor of awareness. This second level of response is, at its core, an acceptance of the power that thoughts, emotions, and physical sensations can have. Instead of arguing, debating, analyzing, or just trying to ignore these powerful intrusions, the strategy becomes one of skillfully using this unasked for intrusion as your new and temporary anchor of awareness. And to do this, you consciously allow your attention to temporarily find where in the body that intrusion resides. Where in your physical body do you sense this intrusion? And then become a very curious explorer of the body sensations associated with the persistent thought, feeling, or physical sensation. Perhaps there is a thought, and if the thought is strong enough to continually pull your attention away from your anchor, it will also be associated with a feeling, an emotion. If it does not have a feeling attached to it, then it is not likely strong enough to continually hijack your attention. But for example, let's say that a thought is causing the feeling of anxiety. Very gently begin to feel where the feeling of anxiety is located in the body. Do a brief scan of your body to find where that feeling is held. Do you feel it in the jaw, the chest, the belly, the hands? Without attaching a story to the emotions, just become curious as to where you feel it in the body. When you have located the place in the body that holds the feeling associated with the thought of anxiety, become very curious as to what the physical sensations are like. Is there tightness, clenching, pressure? Does this sensation stay in one spot, or does it radiate in a direction, like outward, upward, inward? Is there a warmth or a coolness? Is it big? Is it small? Can you sense a shape or a density of the sensation? Continue to hold your attention on the sensations associated with that place in your body. And in a mindful and curious manner, explore in a minute way exactly what the physical sensations are in that place, in this moment. Over time, as your attention has been placed on the body part associated with the intrusion, perhaps you will notice that the sensation is somewhat dissipating, lessening in intensity. If so, then once again allow your breath or the pressure of your hand upon your body to become the anchor of your awareness, the gentle in and out, rising and falling of the breath, or the movement or intensity of the pressure from your fingers or hand where they are contacting with your body. Move your anchor of attention away from the place in the body where you felt the physical sensations attached to the emotion, which in turn was attached to the thought, and return to your primary anchor of awareness. The lessening of the sensations holding the feeling associated with your thought can take some time. Don't rush the process. Just stay in the moment, experiencing whatever sensations are present. But trust that over time, the sensations holding your feelings associated with your thought will gradually, perhaps very slowly, but gradually will lessen to the point where you are able to return to your original anchor of awareness. As you continue to be mindfully aware of your anchor, perhaps again your attention has been pulled away. Possibly this time a strong emotion has arisen. Notice what that emotion is. Label it as such, and gently, without judgment, return to the anchor of your attention. However, if you find it difficult to return to your anchor, then it may be necessary again to temporarily relocate the anchor of your attention from your breath or hand, this time to wherever the strong emotion is held in your body. Perhaps unpleasant emotions such as fear, unhappiness, irritation arise, or maybe pleasant emotions such as excitement, hope, bliss arise. Then find where in the body you feel that emotion and direct your awareness to that place. Move your attention from focusing on the breath or the pressure of your hand as your anchor to now using the identified body part as your new, albeit temporary, anchor of awareness. When you have discovered where in the body you feel this emotion, then start being very curious as to what you are feeling. Really examine the body sensations. And be mindful that with strong emotions, stories will arise also. Stories about who or what has caused this to be. If this happens, when this happens, simply drop the story. Leave it for another time and return your attention to the sensations you are having in your body that are connected to the emotion. Notice what you feel with this emotion in your body. Tightness, tingling, a racing heart, numbness. Are these sensations small or large? Does it move? Is it moving to another part of the body? Be curious. There is no wrong or right way to feel emotions. Just notice these feelings and their associated place in your body with an openness and curiosity, not judging or labeling them good or bad, just noticing them for what they are. As your attention has been placed on the sensation of the body part that was associated with the emotion, perhaps you have noticed that the sensation is dissipating, lessening its intensity. If so, then once again, allow the anchor of your attention to come back to the breath or the pressure of your hand. the gentle in and out, rising and falling of your breath, or the texture of the fabric beneath your fingers, the pressure of your hand upon your thigh. As you continue to be mindfully aware of your anchor, perhaps again your attention has been pulled away. Possibly this time you may be noticing a physical sensation, such as a pain, an itch, a numbing somewhere in the body, one that is strong enough to draw your attention away from the breath. Once again, simply notice it, label it, and with gentleness and without judgment, return your attention to the anchor of your awareness. However, it is also possible that this pain, itch, numb feeling, or whatever other physical sensation you are having has become so intense that it feels impossible to go back to the anchor of awareness. So again, the practice of mindfulness is to become aware of where in the body that physical sensation is. And as we did before, temporarily allow the anchor of your attention to be on that particular physical sensation in the body. Once the attention is there, then again become curious, very curious, investigating the physical sensation. Is the physical sensation localized, or does it seem to radiate? Is it pressure? Is it pulsating? Tingling? Hot or cold? Your task is to be a curious explorer of this physical sensation. And over time, with your attention focused on the exploration of the physical sensations, you may find them to be lessening or dissipating. When you notice this lessening of the sensations, gently return to your anchor of usual attention, your breath or your hand sensations. However, you may find that even with a concerted exploration of the physical sensation, it continues to be intrusive. Be patient, though, and give this level of response a fair trial. Don't give up on your exploration too quickly. Trust that this response can be effective. However, after giving this level of response a fair trial, you may decide that you need to alleviate the discomfort. Maybe you feel you need to move your position, or scratch the itch, or whatever, to alleviate the intrusive physical sensation. But before you move to alleviate it, become very mindful as to how you will move. The idea is to respond, not to react to the physical sensation. So with the itch, decide if you will use the right hand or the left hand. What finger will you use? Or will you use more than one finger? How will you then place your hand back on your body once the itch is scratched? Mindfully plan your response. Maybe your shoulders are tight from sitting and you feel you need to stretch them. Again, become mindful as to how you will do this. Will you roll one shoulder at a time or both? Will you roll them backwards or forwards or both directions? Once you've decided how you will do it, then do it and observe how the attention drawn to that physical sensation may have lessened or dissipated. And sense if you can now return to the breath or hand sensation as the anchor of your attention. Let's take a moment to review where we are with the practice of mindfulness. Being mindful is not just about being with easy or pleasant thoughts, emotions, and physical sensations. It is also about being able to stay present with raw and often challenging thoughts, emotions, and physical sensations. There is no reason to hide from them or try to change these challenging moments. Mindfulness practice gives you the opportunity to open yourself to these experiences, to explore them with curiosity and without judgment, to not close yourself off from these challenging and often painful aspects of life. And over time, with practice, we can become more trusting in our capacity to be with whatever arises, the good, the bad, or the ugly, as Clint Eastwood would say. Mindfulness as a practice offers us a different way to work with the intensity of what we are experiencing, no matter what that may be, in the moment, in just this moment. What you have been experiencing is the reality of what will happen not only as you practice mindfulness meditation, but what is also with you during every waking moment. And that is, the mind will generate, seemingly in a non-stop manner, continuous intrusions into your awareness of the present moment through thoughts, feelings, or physical sensations. It is simply how the mind has developed over thousands of years. There is nothing wrong about this. There is nothing bad about this. It simply is what the mind does. And in many respects, it is very helpful. Helpful, that is, until we decide we want to focus our attention on purpose, in the present moment, non-judgmentally. That is when we decide to become mindful of just this present moment. Be aware that you now have two levels of response to whatever may pull your attention from your anchor of awareness. The first level of response is to simply notice whatever has arisen, a thought, a feeling, a physical sensation, whatever has pulled you away from your intention of focusing on your anchor. Label it as a thought, feeling, or physical sensation, and then return to your attention to the anchor of awareness, to your breath, or to your hand sensations. While this first level of response is usually very effective, there are times when thoughts, feelings, or physical sensations become persistent and therefore intrusive. They simply won't go away, even when you bring your attention back to your anchor of awareness. You know the ones that I'm talking about. Those ruminating thoughts, those brooding feelings, demanding physical sensations, never-ending ongoing stories, ones which persevere even with the best intention to maintain your focus on your anchor of awareness. When this occurs, when the thoughts, feelings, or physical sensations become strong enough to continually pull your attention away from your anchor, you can accept the reality of the situation and make a conscious decision to now focus on the body sensations associated with the intrusion. This means focusing your attention onto the body area that holds the thought, feeling, or actual physical sensation, and use it as your new, albeit temporary, anchor of awareness. You then become a curious investigator through minutely examining exactly what the sensation is like. There's no need to analyze it or feed it with a story or to judge as to whether you like or don't like it. Rather, the goal is simply to become a curious explorer of that particular body part in that particular moment. Explore its location, texture, size, shape, sensation, temperature, in the context of the total physical experience. The goal, again, is not to try to bring about resolution to whatever the thought, feeling, physical sensation is. Rather, it is simply a matter of noticing whatever the body's sensations are and using them as your temporary anchor of awareness. When the sensation lessens, or in fact dissipates, bring your attention back to your usual anchor. Now you have two strategies to work with your mind and your body in this present moment. It does, however, take practice to incorporate these tools in order to pay attention on purpose in the present moment, non-judgmentally. Be patient and commit to being more aware in this moment, and then in this moment, and then in this moment. Enjoy your learning process. It is a gift that you are giving to yourself.